Happy Thursday, everybody. Daniel Allison, the average dude. It's July the 24th, and we're ready to get our mind right. Good morning, Fred Blanton.
The 24th of July.
July has flown by. This year has flown by. The boys, are they enjoying their summer? Because it's going to be over quick.
Absolutely. Did you just take a random sip of coffee?
I did. I wasn't sure where we were going with it this morning. I said, you know what? I'm just going to drink a little coffee. I am very sorry. Can you please do a call of the wild for us, Fred? And that won't happen again.
First sip, let's go!
Let's go! Oh, yeah.
Oh, that tastes so good.
It does, and I want to make note of something. Russ Hammond, who has had things in it. We always say we don't know what folks are going through. I talked to Russ yesterday, going through a little something. I'm not going to get too personal with that, but hey, we're thinking about you, Russ, and we love to see 3 exclamation marks when you've got things going on in your life, and you can still put those 3 exclamation marks. Tell me about it, Fred.
Boom.
Big time, big time,
Attitude.
baby. Yeah, hey, we got to. You need that energy to overcome things, and we appreciate you, Russ. Good morning, gentlemen. Hey, Joe, great to have you here. I know Joe wants to jump on that, and hey, we're gonna do that real soon, Joe. Great to have you here. I want to talk about being excited today. I think it's important to be excited. I went downstairs and was talking to the girls in the coffee shop, getting my cup of Little River coffee.
Were they excited that you came down?
They were excited about a movie. They were excited about something that I wouldn't be excited about at all. It was the new Marvel movie was coming out.
No.
And but I've got a point with this. And so she was like, oh yeah, I said, you got any big plans? She said, oh, we're going to see the Marvel movie. And of course, I don't know what that movie would be, but she said her friend was really excited. And I said, well, does that make you excited? And she said, yeah. She said, I like to hear her excitement about the movie. So she was very excited. Now her friend's very excited. And it made me have a good trip down to get my coffee. And I thought, you know what? It's fun to be around people that are excited about things, even if you're not into it. Right, Fred?
If I had to go watch that movie with them, I would be excited. First, I'd hope it would be at NCG because I would be excited about the bottomless bucket of popcorn.
That's right. The bottomless bucket of popcorn. And you find a way to make it exciting. When your boys get excited about something, does that make you excited?
Yeah, it makes me smile. You know, when you see somebody in just a pure form of emotion, it makes you happy.
It does. It does. Sue Smith, great to have you here with us live this morning. But it does. It does. Getting excited, it doesn't have to be something that, well, you know, have you heard the announcers sometimes they'll say, act like you've been there before.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Should we act like we've been there before, or do you like it when players celebrate, or do you like it? Oh, you're an official. Tell me about showboating after you make a bucket.
Showboating will get you one of these. Boop.
Okay, Mr. Official. Tell me where that line is when somebody's excited and when someone is showboating. There's the question. There it is.
So the way I look at it is if you're excited because you made a great play and it's pure excitement, let's move on and play. But when you taunt, showboat to the crowd, do something that brings somebody else into your circle, we got a problem.
I can see that. I like that line. I like that line. Let's see what Joe says here. Passion versus emotional. There is a difference. Passion is from the mind and heart, and emotions are usually misdirected. Be passionate in life. I like that. That's basically the way that you're making the call when you see people getting excited. It's a competitive atmosphere. And it reminds me much like a sales team, And I do have a story a very short story. Settle down, Skippy. That's what I was a new rep. I was a new rep on a new sales team. And I had been in sales before, but this was like a real deal sales team, very competitive, older guys. And I can remember being in that first sales meeting, and the sales manager was up there and he was telling us about a new incentive. And when he said the incentive, I thought, wow, that's amazing. And I said, woohoo, or something like that. And one of the older reps, he looked over at me and said, settle down, Skippy.
How'd that make you feel?
Oh, I could not have gotten any smaller.
Yeah.
And now I want to take that one step further. I've thought about that a lot. That changed the whole. I felt like I was not part of that team. I went into my own little world. Now I worked real hard, Fred. You know how we've talked about sometimes that made me mad. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to ever get excited in here ever again. Do you think that was the right thing for me to do?
No, what he did activated your prey drive.
It did. And it was bad for me overall. That's the point. You know, it did motivate me because it embarrassed me. And I did, my voice probably did squeak a little bit, and I maybe did overreact. But the truth is, it's better to be excited.
Did you outsell him?
I was, hey, you're going to take me down that road. I was a new guy. They weren't expecting to do much. He had been there for a long time, but I did make some sales. You know what I mean? And
did you outsell him?
I did outsell him, Fred. So there you go. Hey, good morning, DJ. Good morning, DJ. Settle down, Skippy. That was the story. But I wanted to share that because it isolated me from the team. I think that if and it wasn't even his fault. I wasn't mature enough at that stage of my career to handle that the right way. Back to what Joe was saying, right? It got confused with emotion and passion and kind of really didn't do good. Had I had it to do over again, I would have handled it much like I handle it when you call me a flying thing out in front of the car dealership, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's good to joke around with sales teams, have fun with sales teams, but we want to be able to be ourselves. So if we're on a team, and I wanted to share that, whatever it is, whatever someone's energy is, if they want to be excited, got to act like that. Let them act like they want to act, right?
Yeah, and there will always be personality conflicts on any team.
Personality conflicts on any team, absolutely. Yeah, there will be. But
he didn't like you, okay?
He may not have. That was a long time ago, folks. And Dan, the average dude has forgotten about it. We're talking about this because we're talking about the Energy Bus. The Energy Bus by John Gordon. That's what we feel like this program is. We've got great people. We've got a mission. We want to get our minds right every single day to go do whatever it is that we do after we do this. So rule 7 of the Energy Bus: enthusiasm attracts more passengers and energizes them during the ride.
But you just said your enthusiasm affected that guy differently. What do you think happened? I'll tell you what happened. He wasn't on your bus.
He what?
He wasn't on your bus.
He wasn't on my bus.
He was on his own bus, and he didn't like the young buck showing up with some enthusiasm because it intimidated him. You threatened him. And when you have enthusiasm and you have confidence and you have skill that can be seen by others, you threaten people.
Thank you for saying that. but because I think you might be onto something. Never let someone shut down. If you haven't been there before and you're working hard, just like everything in the beginning, people making great progress. They're excited. Now they've been there, it's old hat, and they start leveling off.
Yeah.
They want that pep. They want that energy. They want that excitement, because enthusiasm is how deals get done. People, it's contagious. And so I was in the real estate business, Fred. Good morning, DJ. Good morning, Paul. Great to have both of you.
Let's just go ahead and let everybody know, all our first sippers, Daniel has done everything. He has business developed every business.
Business developed every business. One of those businesses was the real estate business, and I didn't know jack squat about real estate. I had my license, but as your wife knows, getting your license is just beginning. And I remember my very first customer ever in real estate for lakefront property. I sold him. Didn't know anything about anything. And the reason that I did it, I got excited. But my friend who was kind of coaching me, he said, Daniel, if you get excited, he's going to get excited. And that's what I did. So
I agree. Just think about when you go to buy something and the salesperson has some fantastic energy, positive attitude, they push that onto you and you feel that way. You can't help it.
If you've got more energy than your competitors, you are going to stand out. And what is it? What does enthusiasm look like? I mean, the same information, the same offer, the same everything, with and without enthusiasm, completely changes the delivery. It changes everything. I want to see what these comments are. Thanks so much, everybody, for these great comments. Being on a team, especially sales, is to compete. But as Freddie knows, everyone wants your A-plus game when competing, but also a handshake after a win or a loss. Goal is for fun. Absolutely. Everybody get better. I love those comments, Joe. Thank you. When you let your personality shine, you stop auditioning and start. Woo!
I love that word, auditioning.
Bam! Absolutely. You stop auditioning. I love that, Susmita. That's going to be the quote of the day. When your personality shine, you stop auditioning and start attracting. And that took me a long time to figure out, Fred. I still don't have it figured out, right? It's an everyday thing. Stop auditioning. Be yourself. Not everybody's going to like you. Some people think, I wish that crazy, energetic. Some people will say, settle down, Skippy.
Yeah.
Some people are going to say, settle down, Skippy. Susmita, right, developing a relationship versus promoting oneself only. Yeah. Hey, Joe and Susmita will get along. They both have the wise words. Paul Pappy, something that creates enthusiasm is the freedom of knowing I don't have to be a different guy for a different guy. I am the same guy all the time. No best actor award here. Absolutely. When we start getting to that age where we start dropping those frames, dropping those things, those have to and must be like this, we start being ourselves. Fred, what do you want to say?
If that happened to you in a setting today, how would you respond differently? Which direction would it take you?
That would be interesting, quite honest. You know, I mean, I'm trying to answer that honestly, and in the moment, I think about that a lot, you know, because I think about that kind of it was an opportunity for I wanted to be on that team. That's the thing, you know. I was looking for that acceptance from that team, and right there in the beginning, something like that happened. If I felt like I felt that day where I needed everybody's approval, well, then I would have felt small again. But if I'm the ebb and flow of life and how things go, sometimes we feel better about ourselves. The confident me, the real me that's actually feeling the things that we're saying here would say, come on, man. Hey, let's see what happens. That's what I would have said.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what happens. You play your game, I'll play mine, and that's the way. There's no right or wrong a lot of times on these things.
I mean, you can just turn around and say, hey, look, man, this pumps me up. If it don't pump you up, you may need to check yourself.
Hey,
I'm about to go out here and dominate and get this spiff or whatever.
I would have loved to have done that. And what I will tell you, the sales manager, think about the support that the sales manager, when he's got 12, 13 competitive people, that's a tough gig, right? Like, but he liked, I'm sure, thinking back, I was too young to really notice back then, but I think thinking back, think about somebody being in the crowd, being excited about your incentive.
Yeah.
And if he could have called him down. He could have said, hey, don't tell him to settle down.
Yeah.
I mean,
hey, how about you get as excited as he is?
How
about you get that frown off your face, old man?
Yeah, you're too cool for school, brother. Hey, good episode. Thanks for the comments. Passion is energy. I see that. Something that creates enthusiasm is the freedom. Yeah, great stuff, y'all. See you. Hey, Fred, final thought on it before we see him tomorrow.
The audition's over. Get to work.
I love it. Thanks, y'all. Have a